Hello, my name is Shelly Skinner and I am the CEO and founder of Lionheart here in Perth, Western Australia. And this CGA Day, I'm so excited to share with you a book that I was lucky enough to create with the very talented Christian Barratt. We both feel really passionate about supporting children through grief. And what we find is so many children who come along to our Lionheart programs say they feel guilt and a level of guilt about being happy and trying to understand how to live in a world without their mum or their dad or their brother or sister in a way that allows them to feel joy and feel hope and feel excitement for the future. And so we created Finding Fwebbers as a journey for children to understand that after the death of a parent or a sibling, actually your mum or your dad or your brother or sister, they loved you so much that what they would want for you in your life is a full and exciting and joy-filled life. And they would hate to think that your life was going to be anything less. And this offers children an understanding in living their biggest and best life in honour of their person in their life who has died. We hope you love it as much as we do, and check out the video.
Hello everyone and welcome to a very special Lionheart story time. I'm Christian Barratt and this is a book that our CEO and founder Shelly Skinner and I wrote together, and I did the illustrations. It's called Finding Fwebbers. Mack loved finding Fwebbers with his dad. Fwebber was a made-up word. Mack didn't remember where it had come from, but he knew exactly what it meant. Dad always said a Fwebber was a moment so wonderful, you wish it would last and last. And Dad was an expert at finding Fwebbers. Dad and Mack spent peaceful afternoons finding shapes in the clouds. They searched the park for mysterious aliens. They defended the living room from ferocious dinosaurs. They cheered for courageous firefighters on TV. And in each moment, Mack knew they'd found a Fwebber because he wanted those moments to last and last. Mack's absolute favourite Fwebber was making his mum and his brother Archie laugh. He and Dad were really good at that. Every night, they would all share their favourite Fwebbers from the day. Those nights seemed to last and last. But on some days, there were no aliens, or dinosaurs, or shapes in the clouds. On those days, Mack couldn't seem to find Fwebbers anywhere. He did not like this one bit. Luckily, Dad knew exactly how to find Fwebbers, even on the regular days. Mack loved this about Dad. He knew that with Dad around, he could always find Fwebbers, and he knew it would last and last. Then, one day, for reasons Mack didn't quite understand, Dad died, and there was no way to bring him back. Even worse than that, Mack couldn't find any Fwebbers. He just had feelings, lots and lots of feelings, and it felt like they would last and last. He felt sad and mad and confused. He felt heavy and tired and lonely. He worried that he'd forget about Fwebbers and forget about Dad, and the worry felt like it would last and last. One day, Mack asked Mum why they were called Fwebbers. Because, Mum said, you always used to say, "I love you, Fwebber," to your dad. Mack didn't understand. He worried he would never understand, never find any more Fwebbers, and never feel good feelings ever again. Mack tried to find shapes in the clouds, but it didn't feel peaceful. Mack tried searching for aliens, but it didn't feel mysterious. He tried defending against dinosaurs, but they didn't feel ferocious. He tried watching firefighters on TV, but he didn't feel like cheering. Mack realised he could not find Fwebbers like before. He didn't want any of these moments to last and last. So Mack gave up. He knew he would never find Fwebbers again without Dad. He felt like this horrible feeling would last and last. One day Mum asked Mack if he wanted to talk about it. "I love you, Fwebber, is just made up words," said Mack. "What does it mean?" "It means I love you forever," said Mum. "That's how you said it when you were younger." "So Fwebber means forever?" said Mack. "But nothing lasts forever, does it?" "Love lasts forever," said Mum. So Mack thought about it. He thought and thought. As he thought, he watched Archie play. The moment seemed to last and last. And suddenly, Mack realised what he just found, and he knew how to find more. So Mack showed Archie how peaceful it was to find shapes in the clouds, how mysterious it was to search for aliens at the park, how ferocious the living room dinosaurs could be, and how courageous the firefighters were on TV. And Mack told Archie that each moment was a Fwebber and that Dad was an expert at finding them. They found their days were full of Fwebbers. Some lasted a second, some lasted an afternoon, but all of them were wonderful, and all of them felt like Dad. Every night, they shared all of their Fwebbers, about each other, about Dad, and about how much he loved them all. From that day on, Mack and Archie became experts at finding Fwebbers, just like Dad had been. And every time they found a Fwebber, they remembered that nothing lasts forever, except love.